setup guide promises you'll have Claude Code running in under 5 minutes.
4 lines down. The same page calls it about 5. But here's the thing. Anthropic's own quickstart lists 8 numbered steps to get there and never promises a minute count at all, which makes one document a measurement and the other one a mood. So I stopped timing the setup and counted the guide instead. 2,096 words, which is why a stopwatch was the wrong instrument. Arguing about which 5 minutes is the wrong fight because that one page makes the promise 3 separate times. 2 say under and 1 says about. The problem is, a setup time is a claim about you, while a word count is a claim about the document, and only one of those can be checked from here without a warm machine quietly skewing it. So I counted the walkthrough. Nav stripped, references stripped, the whole FAQ at the bottom stripped, because I wanted the smallest number I could defend rather than the biggest one I could find. 2,096 words. Which meant somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes of reading at 200 to 250 words a minute before you type a single character. Think of it as a recipe that takes longer to read than the meal takes to cook. That is the honest caveat too. Reading speed is not doing speed, and I pick those cuts myself. Everyone compares these two documents as if they describe the same job. They don't. Most of the guide is about 3 things: a CLAUDE.md file, a permissions file, and a formatting hook. So I counted those 3 terms in both documents. 31 mentions of CLAUDE.md in the guide, 29 of hooks, and 5 of the settings file. Across Anthropic's whole quick start page, those same 3 terms come back as 1, 1, and 0, and the first 2 are where I got it wrong myself. And that's when it got interesting, because it isn't where you'd guess. The official page does say Claude.md, and it does say hooks exactly once each, down in a footer link list after step 8, as a suggestion to go read something else entirely. Which meant the 2 documents were never timing the same task, and every comparison built on top of that, including one I wrote myself this morning, was holding up a checklist against a different checklist. My own research notes said 0 times, and they appear once, which I would rather correct here than leave sitting inside a video about other people's sloppy claims. Here's the rule, and I'm giving it to you before the answer so you can argue with the rule instead of the number. A step counts only if it ends in something you can check. Step 1 ends with a binary on your path. 2 ends when you're logged in, 3 when the prompt is open, and 6 when a commit exists. Number 5 lands a real edit in a real file on disk, so that one counts too. The result was 5 of the 8 you can watch finish. The problem is, the other 3 don't have one, and the docs say so themselves. 4 asks Claude to look at your project and hand you a summary, which you judge by eye, against nothing in particular, with no box anywhere to tick off. 7 ends on the phrase run tests if available, and those 2 words are where your clock quietly stops. 8 is a menu of 4 suggestions. It finishes with the line, talk to Claude like you would a helpful colleague. You cannot stopwatch a vibe. 5 of 8. 5 is the number that survives, and it was never counting minutes. Both clocks start after the part that actually costs you something. Before step 1, you need paid access, and the Quick Start says so in its own prerequisites: a subscription, a console account, or a cloud provider. None of that is free, and none of it is inside either 5-minute figure. The guide prints the running cost without flinching, 50 cents to $3 for a 30 to 60-minute session. And here's the thing, the install page makes your update story depend entirely on which command you happen to pick. Native installs update themselves in the background. Then, a little further down the same step, the homebrew cask is described as about a week behind, skipping releases with major regressions and not auto-updating at all. Git carries the same warning in the same step, 1 line later. The guide is more honest than that, and it is the part I respect most about it. Hooks exist, the guide says, because the model follows your formatting rules most of the time, and in its own words, most of the time means every 10th file edit introduces a style inconsistency. That changed when I noticed which page that sentence sits on, the same one promising 5 minutes. So here's the scoreboard. Claimed under 5 minutes twice and about 5 minutes once, all on one page. Reading that page at 200 to 250 words a minute costs you 8 to 10 minutes before you type a single character. Steps with a finish line, 5 out of 8. Mentions of that config work inside the 8 official steps, 0. None of that matters to whether the guide is dishonest, because the broken thing here is the comparison itself. Which is why the fair version of the question was never about duration at all, and always about which setup anybody means when they say 5 minutes. If you've ever shown up to a raid where half the group read a different strat guide, you already know how this goes. My honest opinion, the 8 steps are the better document, and the guide is the better teacher. Next time, the tutorial claim I actually can put a stopwatch on how long a cold install really takes in a clean container. So steal this one thing. Word count a setup guide before you follow it, because 2,000 words is 8 minutes you never budgeted. Tell me the real number your setup took and whether you counted the reading.